Hello, and thanks so much for tuning in today. In today's video, we are going to discuss an important topic. We are going to discuss hydration and dehydration and how it affects your body. Equally important for us golfers, we are going to discuss how hydration affects your golf performance. And stay tuned through the end of this video because I'm going to share with you a really awesome life hack, if you will, that will help you in maintaining your hydration without having to run to the bathroom quite so much. So please stay tuned through the end of the video. Several members of the Dr. Greta Golf community have written in, and as we've gotten into the warmer, we're getting into the summer months now, they've asked about and expressed their concerns about overheating and dehydration and a little bit of ambivalence about getting out on the course because those things can be a real issue for them. So that's why we decided that this would be a great time to address this topic. Exactly what is hydration? Hydration is defined as the process of causing something to absorb water. And while we all know that hydration is essential to our health and wellness, the facts indicate that most of us just do not do a really good job at managing our hydration. Let's look at some facts. So on a typical day, the average person can lose about a half a gallon of water through urination, perspiration, and respiration. Performance experts tell us a very interesting and insightful fact though. In a typical 18-hole round on a hot, humid day, the average golfer can lose 3 to 6 pounds of water. That's a lot of water, folks. 3 to 6 pounds. We must replace it, but we can't do it all at once. So we have to do it over a reasonable, kind of consistent and systematic period of time. And the body on average can absorb about a quart of water an hour. The data indicate that 75% of Americans are dehydrated, so much so that the situation is deemed chronically dehydrated. And it becomes a vicious cycle because once you're in that chronic dehydration state, you can't tell that you're thirsty. So it creates this vicious cycle where you just keep kind of going down this funnel of becoming more dehydrated because you don't recognize and you're unable to recognize the symptoms. Okay, so as I was researching and learning more about this, I realized that we've got some real challenges here. People don't drink a lot of water. Can you guess how much on average people drink per day? This is 2.5 cups of water. And this is what the average person drinks per day. Needless to say, this is not enough water for an adult person each day. Do you keep track of how much water you drink per day? If so, let me know in the comments below. If you know the number of ounces or whatever the case may be, let me know in the comments below. Now, what I'm about to say here is really important to understand. It only takes a small bit of dehydration to really affect our body, our mind. Just 1% of dehydration affects your body's ability to control temperature. So for golfers, if you're out on the course or practicing or whatever the case may be, and you seem to very quickly and easily overheat, it may be hydration. At just 3% hydration, we lose some of those fine motor skills, we lose logic and reasoning. Think of it this way. You're playing, your round is going well, you get to the back nine and maybe around even 12 or 13, it just starts going south. You're making shots and you're just kind of confused, like, what was I thinking? Why did I do that? Just poor decision making, all of those types of things. Dehydration has a big impact on all of those types of things. So the important takeaway here is that dehydration affects the body and the mind, which is important for us in all facets of life, but particularly as golfers, because golf, while it is a physical activity, is a very mental game. While out on the course, there are times where you may feel physically run down. I mean, sometimes that's just a part of life, but we rationalize that away. However, many of us never really consider that those bursts of poor shots, inexplicable decision making, and overall just questionable play behavior and course management has to do with the fact that our brain is literally being short-circuited by the fact that we are not properly hydrated. Now, before we get into how we need to handle hydration, would you consider pressing the like button, subscribing to the channel, and ringing the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our videos? Thank you. Okay, so what do we need to do to prevent or alleviate dehydration? The answer is simple. We need to drink water and drink more of this. Now, as I mentioned, we have to be systematic in how we continuously introduce water back into the body simply because we just can't absorb gallons at a time. About a quart per hour is effective. Interestingly, much of the water we drink today, a lot of the bottled water that you buy and maybe some of the filters that you use at home or in the office or whatever the case may be, they're actually good. They're taking out a lot of those toxins and things that we don't want in the water, but they're also filtering out some of those minerals that we really, really need and that help to make the water work well with the body. So we've got to manage that part of it too. So how do we add back those electrolytes and those important minerals? Well, we want to choose products and additives that are made of the good stuff, right? The essential minerals that we need. And what we don't want to do is choose the stuff with all the bad stuff. A really interesting line that someone told me years ago was this: if it glows in the dark, don't drink it. So, you know, there are lots of brands out there, a lot of them ending with ADE, that kind of do just that. They glow in the dark a good bit. More specifically, we want to avoid the products that are sugary, loaded with preservatives, artificial colors, and a bunch of stuff that just doesn't look like naturally go into the human body. Sugar, preservative, carbs, dyes, they're just no good and they don't serve us well. So think about it when you're out on the golf course. If you've had that soda, if you've had that Gatorade, Powerade, Other Aid, you know, one of those products. You're going up and down. You're not stabilizing. And if your thirst mechanism is still fortunate enough to be intact, your mouth may feel tacky. You're just not feeling as you should be, as we need to be. And so we have to get in the habit of moving away from those products. That thirst mechanism, that detector may be broken, we have to fix it. And we do that by essentially just going cold turkey, folks. We want to drink regularly. It's better to just drink regularly than it is to just try to gulp it down a few times a day, number one. Number two, you probably want to just get into the habit of carrying water with you. And we'll talk about that in part 2 of this video series. Thirdly, and the big important hack is to understand this: water that has been infused with essential minerals and electrolytes that the human body needs is better absorbed. Mineralized water is a great thing. It's a little expensive if you buy it. Now, you're probably wondering, how much water do I need to drink? Great question. So here's a simple hack. Take your body weight, divide it by 2, and take that number, and that's the number of ounces that at minimum you should be drinking on a daily basis. So in this example here, the person weighs 160 pounds. We divide that by 2, which takes us to the number 80. 80 ounces per day at minimum is what that person should be drinking. So if we begin with these kind of rules of thumb in mind, you'll find that your whole body, energy, countenance, your skin, your hair, digestion, your sleep, everything's going to change for the better. Water is truly an essential part of human existence and thriving as a physical being and mental being. We talked about that. So please do get into the habit of incorporating lots more of it into your world. Now, you're probably asking, well, Dr. Greta, exactly what should I be adding to my water? In part 2 of this video, we're going to break that down and cover all of those important things, what you need to be adding, what needs to be in your water, and the best products that will fit into your life, into your lifestyle, into your golf bag to help you do just that. So I hope this has been helpful to you, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.